Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome each of you here tonight. Those who watch by TV, I'd like to call this meeting to order. If you'll stand, we'll have our invocation and our pledge of allegiance, please. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we would ask that you would join us here in these chambers tonight as we deliberate the issues of our city. We ask that you would bless each one that is here with us, and those who watch by television. We just pray that you would bless each and every one. We give you thanks for the blessings of the day that you have caused to fall on each of us. We ask, Lord, that you would pay particular attention to our colleague who is not well tonight, and we just pray that you would restore him to health, give him back his strength, and return him to us. We ask now that you would guide us and direct us, and we make our prayer in your Son's name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Apologize to those in the audience and those at home for starting the meeting late. We ran a little bit long in our work session, and we apologize for that. Before we move on to our audience for visitors, let me just make one comment regarding our comprehensive plan, in particular to those of you who own property on Wythe Creek Road that are here tonight. Council is aware that you did receive a flyer at some point in the last couple of days. You just need to know the council did not orchestrate that flyer, nor did we have any input into that flyer. There is some concern along the Wythe Creek Road corridor and other areas of the city regarding the medium density designation. Let me just assure the public and those of you that are here tonight that received the flyer that particular part of the comprehensive plan will be withdrawn. The mixed waterfront use part of the comprehensive plan will be withdrawn, and council will be looking at this again on the 28th, if I'm right with all members of council. But please, if you have something to say, you want to speak, we're always happy to hear from you. But just know that those areas will be withdrawn from the comprehensive plan. That is what council wants to happen, and we feel very confident that that's what the public wants to happen, and so that will be done. With that said, if there's anyone in the audience that would like to address council on any issue, we'd like to hear from you now. Roy?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, staff, I'm probably in possession of one of these faulty leaflets. I'm not sure. I think you said medium density was going to be withdrawn. The leaflet that I got in my mailbox, not my mailbox, my paper box, indicates that the Planning Commission is proposing a revision to the comprehensive plan such that the two parcels of land on behind me on adjacent to the properties at Kelso Drive will be possibly revised to allow for high-density residential living. Is that inaccurate?
Not going to happen, Roy.
Okay.
Not going to happen.
So I don't want to waste your time.
No. We're happy to hear from you.
That's the reason I'm here, you know.
But we're happy to hear from you, and I erred in medium density. The high density indeed will be removed from the plan. So
that as far as I'm concerned, takes care of my concerns, and I've talked to a number of my neighbors today and yesterday, and we do not favor in our area the high density residential rezoning at all, you know, and I wish that we would be notified if it comes up in the future, if there's any change to the comprehensive plan that would put high density residences next to us on Kelso Drive. Please notify us because we want to be here.
Sir,
thank you very much.
Sir, can we have your name and address?
My name is Roy Inslee. I reside at 17 Kelso Drive with my wife Paulette. We raised our children there, lived there for 40 years, and appreciate this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Roy, you dropped a piece of paper there, Possibly we can get the authors of the flyers to put those out a week early, and that will give us an opportunity to be able to give the public an opportunity to read them and respond to the city council or the city staff. Anybody else? Anyone else? Okay, let's move on then to the approval of the minutes. We have one session, please.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we adopt the minutes of the regular session of August 24th.
Okay.
Second.
Motion made second. We adopt the minutes from our regular session, August 24th, 2009. Are there concerns, comments regarding the minutes? Any questions? If not, Ms. Wiggins, please.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford.
Aye.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
And Mayor Helsel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
Thank you, Judy. And let's move on to unfinished business. The first item is an ordinance amending the city code to increase building code fees. It is our second reading. Randy, any comments?
No, sir, other than staff is here to answer any questions if you have any.
Any questions of the staff?
I have one question.
Yes, ma'am.
We had,
Ken, would you please? Thank you.
well, it's actually for us.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Well, you can stand up here if you want, because you may be able to help. We had talked about how to increase, if there was going to be an increase and do it incrementally, but then round it to the closest dollar.
Mm-hmm.
And after I went home, it occurred to me that if there's ever an increase of, 5%, that's always going to round down again. And I didn't know if we wanted to round up to the next highest dollar instead of just round to the nearest dollar. It was something that occurred to me. And
That was discussed, I thought. Gene, I think you brought that up.
Well, I brought it up, and the reason I insisted that this be put in there is because right now we're raising rates up to 50%. And so if that's not enough, I don't like raising fees to start with. But it was kind of the thing I said that, if we're going to raise them by these types of percentages every few years, then we should just do it by the rate of inflation and round down.
But if the rate of inflation is 2%, then there's never going to be an increase.
Well, it depends how much inflation. You're right. In general, there won't be. It says round to the nearest dollar.
Right.
And I'm saying round up to the next dollar would be my proposal.
Mr. Mayor?
Go ahead.
Language says rounded to the next dollar amount.
Rounded to the next dollar. So it was our
Oh, it was
intent in
rounding up.
crafting it.
It would be up.
Next.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Great.
Okay.
So it'll be the next dollar. Okay. Yeah. That's what it says. Okay.
Okay, so we're not mathematicians. All right. Let's move on then. And we have that motion, I think I heard.
We did not
No.
have a motion.
No,
Mr. Mayor, make a motion that we adopt an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Poquoson, Virginia, as pertains to building code.
Okay. Motion made second, we adopt the ordinance. Are there any other concerns or comments? Okay. Ms. Wiggins, please.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford.
Aye.
And Mayor Helsel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
Thank you, ma'am. Item 2 on the new unfinished business is resolution making appointments to Parks and Recreation Advisory Board. Any comments, Randy, before we...
No, sir.
Okay, anyone prepared with some names?
I'd like to insert the name of Debbie Banton for the Western Precinct. We're going to leave the other seat.
No,
we've got all of them
We have
filled.
all of them.
Okay, we're ready.
Since I talked with you.
Right. I'd like to make a resolution making appointments to the Parks and Rec Advisory Board for the at-large position. Nikki, and I apologize in advance. Massey, thank you. Term to expire August 31st, 2012. Deborah Banton in Western, term to expire August 31st, 2012. And Carrie Rogers in Western, term to expire August 31st, 2012.
Okay, sure. First, I'd let that be your motion. Gene, would you... Gene's would die, and would you second that?
Yeah, I'll second.
Okay. All right, any other comments? All right. We have a motion made second that we adopt the resolution with those names inserted. We're all right with that, Ms. Wiggins, please?
Councilwoman Crawford.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Mayor Helsel.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's move on to new business, please. The first item is a resolution adopting the updated hazard mitigation plan. Randy?
Mr. Mayor, you had a work session on this earlier this evening. The action stands ready for approval, or should the council wish, if you could provide guidance to us on specific changes you'd like to make to the plan, we'll revise it and bring it back to you.
Okay. Council?
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion that we adopt the resolution adopting the updated multi-hazard mitigation plan for the city of Poquoson.
Second?
Okay.
And if I could, I'd like to have us adopt I'd like to make a motion that we adopt, amend the motion.
Tom, let's get through this motion first. If you've got another motion.
No, I want to have us adopt the amended one because she made some changes as a result of the questions and all.
But we have a motion
Okay.
on the floor.
And we have it's the meaning of the motion to do the most recent
The most recent,
editorial.
if that is the meaning of the motion, that is fine.
Okay, and we need a second to that.
Second.
Well, we had a
Second.
Yeah, prior to Tom. Okay, good deal.
Yes, we
All right, we have a motion made and second, then we adopt the resolution. Tom, you all right now?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, Judy, please.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford.
Aye.
Councilman Krieger.
Aye.
Councilman Hunt.
Aye.
Mayor Helson.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
All right, thank you, Judy. Let's move on to comments, city manager, Randy.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. A couple of things, and predictably, I have lost my place in the agenda. I just had a few things to bring to your attention. I will just let you know that our sidewalk committee continues to meet in earnest and is making steady progress. And as always, all citizens are encouraged to join, and you can join in the middle. And everyone's input in this is welcome. If you have an interest and have not yet made part of it, Joseph Carter in our planning office is the person to contact, or you can call my office. Either one, and we'll be glad to set you up with the next meeting time. I would note to you that we have begun our community meetings on revenue recovery, and we have sent a flyer on revenue recovery to all the postal offices in the city, and so far all of the community meetings we've had have been good. We've gotten good questions, and we have several more scheduled. And two other items to bring to your attention, and then I have a question. As the council is aware, we sought PPEA, Public-Private Education Act, proposals for business use at Messick Point. I was disappointed that we did not receive any proposals. We had heard from several folks that they were intending to make a proposal. None did. And so I'm looking for suggestions now or in the future from the council as to how you would like to proceed. Additionally, following the discussion at your last meeting with regard to the pump-out station at Rennes Road and the future pump-out station which we could install at Messick Road, I've looked at that grant. It is something that I think we meet a couple of the criteria, the goals for, and it is my intention, especially as it requires no cash match, to put that application in on the city's behalf. It is due by the end of this month or the first of next month. The drawback, of course, is that we don't hear back until late next spring as to whether or not we get it. But that's how I'm moving forward as a follow-up to your discussion at the last meeting. And if I could, I have one question, and that I just want to make sure that the staff is clear that we understand the council's intent with respect to comprehensive plan amendment. My read was that the council was supportive of the staff suggestion, the medium density be removed, the high density be removed, the two addition areas of the waterfront mixed use be removed, and that Browns Neck be removed. That leaves one remaining one, which is the Poquoson Marina. The council did not speak to that specifically, but in your comments summarizing the conversation at the beginning of the 7 o'clock session, you indicated, Mr. Mayor, that all of them would be removed, and I just need clarification if that is the
I
council's intent.
don't think that the Rennes Road was part of what we would remove.
No, we weren't removing the existing.
Browns Neck was actually in, we were taking it out, is my understanding.
The existing comprehensive plan added 2 plots of land to the Poquoson Marina waterfront mixed-use area, and it was the staff's recommendation to take those 2 new ones off, but leave the existing Poquoson Marina the way it is as waterfront mixed-use, which I'm fine by. I don't.
Sure. Right. Yeah, that's my read. Everybody, okay. Yeah, I
Thank you
that's
for the
right.
clarification.
No, thank
And
you.
we'll get another cut at your wording anyway. So,
And I was going to ask too, with the comp plan, does the new, are we talking about adopting the recommendations from the Parks and Rec Committee too? He's talking about the comp plan right now, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Have we discussed adopting the recommendations that the Parks and Recreation Advisory Board submitted
Parks and
to
Rec-
us?
I think-
We just got it tonight.
There were some comments, I think Gene made some comments that he had some, in his
That was-
comments to the staff.
I'd like
by our
to take
close
the
of business next
recommendations
Friday.
as well. I agree with the recommendations.
So we need to have that in by close of business on Friday,
Okay,
as I
okay.
understand it.
Friday, so we got, okay.
Got some homework.
Got some homework.
Got it tonight.
Oh, here. Okay, good. Thank you for
Yeah,
showing that
I
out.
didn't.
Okay, is that all ready?
Yes.
Okay, Tracy, while you're on a roll, you want?
I have no idea what am I moving to close?
We're moving to,
Council
the
directives.
council directives.
Okay, I can do that. Thanks. I wanted to thank everybody who came out for the work session and tonight's council meeting. It's very important for all citizens to participate in and to keep checks on city government. So I thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate the Parks and Rec Advisory Board's input to the comp plan. I think the ideas that they put forth are very well thought out and formulated, and I want to adopt them. I wanted to remind people to consider getting their name on the list to buy the Poquoson license plates. And just send my best wishes to Councilman Holloway as he recovers and we miss him.
Thank you, Tracy.
the other thing I've got, Randy, I guess on one of your things, you talked about the revenue recovery.
Yes, sir.
And the most asked questions as you go through the public process, and I appreciate you going and seeing all these citizens groups and talking through it. The most asked questions, I'd like one more mailer, you know.
Okay.
But I think mostly we want the citizens to understand the first and foremost question is, should, based on this policy, I change my protocol on when to call an ambulance?
Absolutely not.
Okay, and the question, and the answer is absolutely not, and that they fully understand that the services and the need, and I think you can't overemphasize that enough, because I know that our elderly population will make more decisions based on available funds than by looking out for themselves. And I want to make sure that that is not a decision that's ever contemplated in a health emergency. So I would like a second mailer on that specifically. Okay, that's my only comment. Okay, thanks.
We'll take care of it, sir.
Thanks.
Not tonight, sir.
Okay, Kerry?
I have nothing tonight.
Okay, well, Tom?
Yeah, I just got a couple of things. First, I'd like to also thank everybody who commented and was involved on the comprehensive plan review. We had a lot of good citizen input through the process. And also thank the Planning Commission for all their work, because overall the document is very well written and covers an awful lot of points. And they're to be commended for doing the work, because there's a lot of detail in that thing. Second, Randy, you asked for some feedback on the Messick Point and the fact that we didn't get any bids on the operating contract. I think that would probably be a good subject for a work session after we get the comprehensive plan done, because that's obviously a much higher priority, but I think that would be good for that. Third thing, Randy, I'd like to commend you. You didn't talk about it tonight, in what you're doing, where we're now going back and checking all conditional use permits in town and making sure people are following their conditional use permits in town. One of the things that's happened in the past is we've only checked on conditional use permits when somebody complains about it. And so basically a lot of people weren't following the conditional use permits, but since nobody complained, they didn't follow it. I think this is good. This is a fair way to do it. And it's a good structural thing to go do. Fourth, Binks. I hope Binks can get back, and I know Binks has talked about this in the past, about getting laptops and other things for the council. I'd like to see if we could get to electronic notes so I don't have as much paper. I mean, I've got 4 or 5 inches of paper here, and I really like it when if we could get that, it would save paper, save money, and also make it a whole lot easier to search the documents and find things when you're trying to look for them. If we could get to electronic notes, that would be good. I'm not looking for laptops because I don't know that we have the money. I don't know what other people's thoughts are. But I would like to see us get to electronic notes if we can, rather than getting paper.
Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, Ms. Marie, with regard to electronic notes, we have the capability in very short order to begin to put what I call our robust agenda electronically on the internet website. We can do that. It requires no additional expense. It will require some additional time for Vicki. So if once a month you could not throw one thing at her, we could balance it back out if we could all do that. But I think it's something that we can do. It has the advantage of providing information to the public in a searchable format. It serves as an online archive for us. And then in the future, should the council wish to move to laptops, you could do that. One can't happen without the other, unless otherwise directed. We'll try to put that in place by the end of the year, certainly, if not significantly sooner.
I don't think there's a major push for it. So whatever staff time would allow.
I'm still going to use the paper myself.
Yeah, I'm going to want my agenda just like I get it, but, if we can.
Okay.
But I certainly think it's, as far as the public is concerned, that's
Public
it's not a
information.
bad idea, but I'd prefer to have mine just like I get it.
Will be no change to that.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, if I could, one thing I'd like to bring up, if we could look at some of the charters that we have for boards and commissions. One of the things that struck me is we were going through this Parks and Rec, and I'm not quite sure why we have, for example, 10 people on Parks and Rec versus 7 people on other boards and commissions. And if we could look at things like that. And also, one thing that I'm interested in, I've talked with some other people on council, there might be interest for this, is going to a 2-term limit for certain of our boards and commissions, like we do for the school board. That would allow more people to be involved. We really are blessed in town that for a lot of the boards and commissions, we have an awful lot of people's applications, and this would allow more people to get in and participate and keep the process going. So if we could talk about that at some work session in the future after we get done the comp plan.
You include city council in that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem. I mean, term limits
We
are...
have 4-year term limits, I believe.
We do have 4-year term limits.
Retroactive, Gordon. Anything else?
No,
right,
just
thank you.
I really hope Binks gets better and joins us again soon.
I think it's important that we update the vice mayor's condition. I talked to him this afternoon, and he is feeling much better after his chemotherapy last Thursday. He's has another scan that'll be done sometime this month, and I think he's going to be just fine. But when folks hit your knees tonight, remember him, and all of those folks that within our city limits that are faced with these kinds of issues. I don't really have anything other than to say that we were present at Bay Days Friday night when they honored fire departments, police departments, firemen of the year, policemen of the year. And I have to tell you, Poquoson was well represented. And Mike, thank you for that. Pass that on to the chief and to those members that were there. And if you'd pass it on to Cliff, they were just. I was very proud to stand there with you. I really was. The 911 commemoration ceremony at Gosnow Park, we were there as well last week, and that was just super well done. I'm not real sure who's in charge of that, but I would like to see us at some point in time have that commemoration. We could take some lessons from the city of Hampton. It was well done. Beyond that, I don't have anything. Anybody else think of anything while we're moving through? Okay. We have a closed session to go to, and if someone has a motion.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. Mayor, that we move to closed session pursuant to Section 2.2-3711A3 and A7 of the Code of Virginia, as amended to discuss the disposition of publicly held real property for specifically Victory Boulevard, and as well as pending litigation.
Thank you, ma'am. Nobody else wants to go?
Oh, second.
Second.
Second, that one.
We have a motion made second, we go to closed session. Ms. Williams, please.
Councilman Hunt,
Aye.
Councilman Krieger,
Aye.
Councilwoman Crawford. Aye. Councilman Marie.
Aye.
Councilman Freeman.
Aye.
And Mayor Helsing.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, the motion carried by a vote of 6-0.
Thanks, ma'am. Yes.